Hi everyone, I'm Barker. This is my crafting, mainly crochet YouTube channel, and today we're doing a video type that I haven't done, well, I've done them, but I haven't done them in a while. We're going to do a crochet along. So, together, or rather I'm going to show you how to create this flower in a bottle. So we have a flower bulb that can't get out of the bottle. We've got the stem and we've got our flower head. Now, you can use any size bottle you want, and to be honest with this one that I wanted to make with you guys on screen, I did want to use a much taller bottle than these little bottles that I have. But I simply do not have any large clear bottles that are empty, that is. I do have a few adult beverage bottles that are full, but I'm not willing to dive into alcoholism to have them empty for this video. So the one I'm going to make with you guys today is going to be again in one of these little bottles, but keep in mind you guys can use any size bottle that you want. Okay, materials that we need to use. You need the glass bottle completely of your choice. It does not matter what the size of your glass bottle is. You're going to make it to fit. I recommend having a pointy stick to get all the way to the bottom of your bottle, so make sure it's the length of your bottle. A coloured yarn for the bulb, a colour of yarn for the stem, a colour yarn for your centre of your flower, a colour yarn for your smaller inner petals, and a coloured yarn for your outer petals. While I can't give you the amount of yarn you're going to need for your stem, because that's going to completely depend on the height of your bottle, all other colours of yarn are about 50 grams worth of yarn. So this project isn't something you're going to need to go and get fresh yarn for. You're going to be able to dive into your stash. You're using double knit yarn all the way through, and you can use a 3 or a 3.5mm hook, whatever you're comfortable with for that. I would advise going a little bit on the smaller side with your yarn hook. Okay, first part of our flower in a bottle is going to be the bulb at the base, which is going to be the part that's going to be trapped within your bottle. That's going to anchor your whole piece. I've made mine in a cream colour, and we are going to start with a magic circle, and we're going to put 6 double crochet. Remember, I work in UK terms, so double crochet is single crochet if you work in US terms. It's going to be the only time I say that throughout this video. I am just going to say double crochet. Remember, it's single crochet if you work in US terms. So, magic circle, 6 double crochet into the ring. Round 2, we are going to do 6 increases all the way around. So that is 2 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Round 3, we are going to do the repeating pattern, a increase followed by 1 double crochet. This is a pattern we are going to repeat 6 times all the way around, which takes round 3's stitch count up to 18. Now you're going to continue increasing by 6 until the base of your bulb is at the most the same diameter as the base of your bottle. Now for this one I'm showing you on camera, I am actually going a bit smaller. My first bulb, I made it right the way up to the edge of the glass of the bottle. This one I want to make a bit smaller, so it has a different look to it. Right, when the diameter of your bulb is as large as you wish it to be, you are now going to do rounds of double crochet all the way around with no increases for 4 to 6 rounds. You decide how it looks and you decide when you want to stop. At the end of the day, bulbs are not a universal size, and your bottle may be wide and squat, or it might be very thin and very tall. Okay, so now we're on to the decrease rounds. Now, this bulb on camera, I took it up to round 4 doing increases. So my last increase pattern was increase followed by 2 double crochet. So my first decrease round needs to be a decrease followed by 2 double crochet repeated 6 times all the way around. Obviously, your first decrease round will be dependent on how big your final increase round was. After every decrease round, you are going to do 1 full round of double crochet until you reach your final decrease round, which for all of us will be simply 6 decreases, taking our round count down to 6 stitches. At this point, you're going to switch to your green yarn and you are going to simply work as many double crochet stitches as you need to get to the full height of your bottle. So now we're working on the back of the flower. We're still working in our green yarn, and our first round here is simply 6 increases. Our second round is 6 increases followed by 6 double crochet. Next round is simply a full round of double crochets. Our fourth round here is 6 increases followed by 12 double crochet, and our final row in green here is 6 double crochet followed by 18 double crochet. You now need to switch to your yellow yarn or whatever yarn you're using for the center of your flower head. You're going to work a full row of double crochet in the back loops only. And now you're going to start decreasing down. Our next round is a repeating pattern of a decrease followed by 3 double crochet. You'll need to repeat this pattern 6 times. Next round is a decrease followed by 2 double crochet. Again, this pattern needs to be repeated 6 times. And now we need to add some stuffing. So this is where your pointy stick comes in. Very handy. I recommend a little bit of stuffing at a time. Your stem is quite narrow and you can easily overstretch your yarn and make it quite gappy. So take your time, take a little bit of stuffing at a time and just gradually get it down into the bulb. Now it's absolutely your choice. You could just stuff the bulb and leave the stem unstuffed, or stuff it, or even use a smaller stick just to support the stem. It's completely up to you. My first stem, it's stuffed all the way. That's why it looks a lot thicker. This one I'm going to leave empty, and I've actually done the stem a little bit longer as well, so it's a bit more curved inside the bottle as well. Pause here if you are going to add toy eyes to secure them in place. Next round is a decrease followed by 1 double crochet repeated 6 times all the way around, and final round, so make sure you've got enough stuffing in before you do this one, is simply 6 decreases, which will close the center of your flower completely off. So that's the bulb to the stem to the center of the flower completely done. And we are now going to move on to our large petals that will go around the outside of our flower. We are going to be making 8 of these in total. I've done mine in this beautiful orange, and as you can see, I already had a few done before I recorded. So starting with a magic circle, we are going to place 6 double crochet into our magic circle, pull it tight. That's your first round. Round 2 is 6 increases all the way around, taking your stitch count up to 12. Round 3 is the repeating pattern of an increase followed by 1 double crochet. Do this pattern 6 times, taking your stitch count up to 18. Round 4 is the pattern increase followed by 2 double crochet repeated 6 times all the way around, taking your stitch count up to 24. Now do 6 non-increasing rounds of double crochet. So round 11 is the repeating pattern, 1 decrease followed by 2 double crochet. This pattern is repeated 6 times. Rounds 12 and 13 are standard non-increase, non-decrease rounds. Round 14 is the repeating pattern, 1 decrease followed by 1 double crochet, repeated 6 times. Rows 15 and 16 are standard non-decrease, non-increase rounds of double crochet. And our final round here is round 17, which is 6 double crochet all the way around. Flatten your petal once it's done and repeat until you've got 8. Onto our inner petals. I've done mine in this off-white, and again there are 8 of them. Again, we are starting with a magic circle, but this time for round 1 we are only putting 4 double crochet into said magic circle. Round 2 is 4 increases, taking our stitch count to 8. Round 3 is the pattern 1 increase followed by 1 double crochet. This pattern is repeated 4 times, taking our stitch count up to 12. Round 4 is the repeating pattern 1 increase followed by 2 double crochet, taking our stitch count up to 16. Now do 3 rounds of double crochet. Round 8 is the repeating pattern, 1 decrease followed by 2 double crochet. Follow this with a round of double crochet. Next round, repeat the pattern, 1 decrease followed by 1 double crochet. Repeat this pattern 4 times. Then do another round of double crochet. And your final round here is a round of 4 decreases. And then it's a case of assembling your flower as shown here. I've done a bit of overlapping of my petals and secured them in place, but it's your flower, make it look how you want. And if you've got some eyes in place, it's time to add a smile or a frown. And if you haven't added eyes, leave it as is. And there we go. There is our flower in a bottle. Bye.